This is a fun movie. There's a reason why, even after 35 years, this movie is still considered a classic. It does a great job of making Beetlejuice, the title character, both goofy and then at the same time genuinely dangerous. My introduction to this character was not through the movie. After the movie was a success, it was adapted into a cartoon. The cartoon Beetlejuice was much less dangerous than the movie Beetlejuice. He was infatuated with Lydia. He didn't love her. He didn't lust after her. But his sun still rose and fell on her approval or criticism. This defanged the ghost with the most a lot. He was a bad guy with bad intentions that didn't care about social conventions. But one stern look and disappointed toe tap, and he would shrivel up and apologize. The movie version had no such leash. He saw Lydia Dietz as a means to an end. He was trapped in some kind of limbo where his powers were limited unless and until someone said his name 3 times. By marrying Lydia, he could escape this halfway state and release his evil into the world without restriction. There's a lot of questions left to the viewer about how the metaphysics of this situation works, and really it doesn't matter for the story. It will work, and the sham wedding that he put on to bring it about was good enough to get what he needed. He didn't care what would happen to Lydia after. In fact, given the situation, it's very likely that Lydia would have been in even more danger once her captor had what he wanted, if their marriage was the tether that allowed his power to manifest in the living world, then allowing her to escape and nullify the union would be something he couldn't permit. This was a bit of a shock for me when I saw the movie for the first time years later. I was quite young when both the 1988 movie and the 1990 cartoon came out. I wouldn't see the movie until 1997. I had to check with friends that saw the cartoon to make sure I remembered it correctly. As I've grown, I've seen this over and over again. The real Ghostbusters was barely related to the movie it was based on, for example. Then, recently, I've seen this in reverse when the miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir movie diverged quite broadly from the series it was based on. When the MCU was getting going, Netflix and ABC both released television series based in that universe, all of which were pretty much ignored by the movies. There are exceptions, and for my part one always appreciate it when the connection between the series and the movies is closer. But I've come to see how that's not always prudent. What about you? What differences between series and movies have you noticed? Do you think that they were warranted?